Tom Holbrook, he's telling me that he will not tell you good people of this county how the voting process happens. He will not tell you about where the absentee votes goes, who processes them, what kind of security measures they are. Now, he's going to tell me and the candidates, but he refused to tell you, the good people, the people that put him in office. He refused to let you people come to that meeting. It's supposed to be on August the 22nd. And if he doesn't let you good people go, I'm not going, because we're all in this together. But what they're doing, and if you'll look, a friend of mine pointed this out to me, it's got your city zip code plus the 4 numbers after your regular old zip code. My zip code is 62223. I don't know the last 4 numbers, but see what they're going to try to do. If you send this off and you don't look at that and you don't put the last 4 numbers in, now I'm a candidate. They're going to tell me, Mr. Romanek, you can't vote. Now you can vote. These bastards let you vote without an ID. They let you vote not knowing who you are. But if you don't know the last 4 numbers of this new zip code, people, you got to understand. That's how desperate these rotten bastards are. Tom Holbrook sent this out. Attention, Election Department, Tom Holbrook. And Tom Holbrook, I believe that's illegal. We're checking right now. You're not going to disenfranchise the voters in the outer county. And I want to know, I don't believe, Holbrook, that you have the authority to make us re-register. This stuff's being sent out, people. It's being sent out at our expense. It's being sent out at our expense. Holbrook's sending all these out. Going to make us, they want to know the last 4 digits of your social security number, your driver's license number. You think I'd give an ass-white bastard like Holbrook any information that could be stolen from me? Because I don't trust him as far as I can throw that fat-ass bastard. But you guys in the outer county that have gotten this, it says official election material. Official my ass. The state has notified our office the voter registration must be in full compliance to prevent voter fraud. Well, let's prevent voter fraud by getting rid of you and the rest of the democratic culture of corruption in St. Clair County, Holbrook. We don't need these letters. We need you bastards out of office. And how hypocritical. That's the only way you guys win these elections is through voters fraud. And everybody knows it. We're going to check to find out. I don't think this is legal. I think that Holbrook's trying to disenfranchise all the voters in the outer county because I think him, I think Kern, I think every one of these son of a bitches, I think they know that they're in trouble this time. Not because we're the best candidates, not because we're the best at anything, but they're the worst at everything. They know they're in trouble, and they're going to try every reason, every method at our expense, people, both financially and voting-wise. They've sent this out to people in the outer county, and some of you might not have gotten it yet, but they're asking for, and you look at it, they're asking for the city, the zip code, plus 4. They're going to be technical as hell, but they're going to worry about voter fraud. They're going to worry about voter fraud, and you don't have to have an ID to vote on election day? How the hell? They sent out 39-cent notices about this new voting registration. And then someone talked to Holbrook, and this asswipe son of a bitch said, oh, no, it's going to be a fair election. Going to be a fair election. The feds are involved. Well, the feds aren't involved in East St. Louis where they need to be. Why the hell they just involved up here, Holbrook? I think you're full of crap. I don't think you're telling the truth, Holbrook. And we're not going to stand for you and the democratic culture of corruption making us jump through hoops, every voter, black, white, men, women, Democrat or Republican, to make sure, because we're going to go their election day and they're going to say, you can't vote, you can't vote, you can't vote. They're going to suppress the vote. Now, if the feds are in town, Holbrook, they ought to be in town investigating your ass and Sprague's ass and Kern's ass and Bear Civic's ass, because you guys aren't going to get away with it. Mayor Officer, I know you're pissed about this.
Yeah, I'm pretty upset. I've already had the opportunity, the privilege to talk to one of my attorneys this morning, and I'm sure Mr. Holbrook will take this information to the best of heart. And we're looking at a violation of the Voting Rights Act, and we're going to probably go to East St. Louis Federal Court to get a declaratory information about why the St. Clair County Board of Elections wants to know about 4 zip code numbers for people who are already registered to vote.
Right.
That makes no sense to me. You're talking about wasting money. You mailed out 85 cents worth of postcards. And if you just do the math, simple math, 25, 45, 50,000 registered voters. The lady who called in earlier, she registered when she got her driver's license at the driver's license facility. She's already registered to vote. Why does Holbrook have to have it again? Her husband went to the courthouse and registered. Now he's got to register again? Come on. Anybody blind can see through this. This is another part of the culture of corruption, and they're trying to use this excuse that the federal government is making them do it. The federal government has not opened their mouth. The U.S. Attorney has not said anything. The Department of Justice has not said anything. This is all about keeping you and I not on that ballot in November. They want to suppress the vote because they know that the culture of corruption is going down. The Freedom Coalition is on their butt, and we're not giving up. This is a fight to the finish, so they might as well try to get every angle they can, but the Freedom Coalition is not going to sit down and allow this to happen without a fight.
Yeah. You know, they've got on here, Mayor, our records indicate we do not have a social security number or driver's license number. That's a damn lie, Holbrook, on all of it. We need the last 4 digits of your social security number. Hey, Holbrook, I'm not giving you a damn thing. You know who I am. I put my ID out when I got it. You're not going to make me or anybody in St. Clair County jump through hoops this election. All of a sudden, people, they want to do what's right. Well, what's right is to stop the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. You people have got this, and I know you're going to be burning up. He spent 70, 80 cents, sent 2 out to each of the households, not in downtown, not throughout below the hill, wherever the problem is in East St. Louis with that election board. Nobody cares about that. So I guess, Holbrook, the federal government doesn't care about that because the people in East St. Louis aren't getting a copy of this to give the last 4 digits of their zip code that nobody knows. Holbrook, we're not going to tolerate it. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, the patriotic movement, is not going to tolerate it. But even more important and more powerful than that, the people of St. Clair County, we're not going to tolerate it. Mayor Officer, give you the last word.
Well, all I can simply say is I want particularly the seniors. This is so disheartening and discouraging to them. Most seniors are doing good to remember their address. Now you're going to try and tell them they got to remember the zip code and the last 4 digits of the zip code. Most seniors haven't moved in the last 15, 20 years, Tom Holbrook. You're going to tell them now that they can't vote? They've been registered to vote in their house for the last 30 years, but all of a sudden here at the end of August, you decided that you want to change the voting law? Why? Did Mark Kern or somebody in Boxbreak tell you what to do? Well, let me tell you something. Your bosses are not going to sit back and allow you to do this. This is a shame. You should be ashamed of yourself to intimidate and not explain openly to these senior citizens and every voter in St. Clair County.